why you need both strength and conditioning, and biasing one is hurting results. I've observed two camps, the person grinding away on the treadmill for an hour every single day, and the person who never leaves the weight room, never gets a heart rate up, and thinks cardio is the enemy. Both camps are leaving massive results on the table. I'm Darryl, I own Northern Touch CrossFit with my wife Erin, and I've been coaching since 2011. I've worked with hundreds of people across every fitness level, and the most common mistakes I see from beginners all the way up to competitive athletes is biasing one side of fitness over the other. Today, we're talking about why you need both strength and conditioning and what happens to your body when you neglect either one, and how to structure your training so both work together instead of against each other. Here's what I've observed. Someone comes in who's been running 5 days a week for 2 years. They're lean, they have decent endurance, but their muscle mass is super low. Their metabolism has slowed down and they're getting injured every few months. They believe they're fit, but they can't pick up anything heavy. Their joints are taking a beating and they've hit a wall they can't break through. Then there's the other person. They've been lifting for 3 years, they look strong, they look good in the weight room, but they get winded walking upstairs. Their blood pressure is high, their resting heart rate is high, they avoid anything that makes them breathe hard because it's uncomfortable. They think conditioning is a waste of time. Neither of these people have a well-rounded base of fitness. They're just specialized in one area while ignoring the other. Real fitness isn't one or the other, it's both. Let's talk about strength training and what it actually does for your body, because it goes way beyond just looking good. When you build muscle, you raise your resting metabolic rate. Muscle is expensive tissue. Your body burns more calories just to maintain it. So more muscle means you burn more fat at rest, even on days you don't train. That's not motivation speak, that's physiology. Strength training also protects your joints. Strong muscles act as armor around your knees, hips, shoulders, and spine. When those muscles are weak, your joints absorb everything. That's where injuries come from. People who avoid strength training because they're afraid of getting hurt are actually increasing their risk. Bone density. Now, as you age, you lose bone mass. Strength training is one of the most effective ways to maintain and build bone density. This matters whether you're 25, 55, 75. Heavy compound lift, squats, deadlifts, presses, triggers testosterone and growth hormone production. These are the hormones that drive fat loss, muscle building, recovery, energy levels, and mood. The treadmill is not as effective. And here's the one people miss. Strength makes your conditioning better. A strong person can sustain higher output for longer because each movement requires less relative effort. When your squat max goes up, your ability to do repeated squats at a moderate weight improves dramatically. Strength is the foundation everything else is built on. Now here's what the lifters who skip conditioning are missing. Your heart rate is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, if you don't train it, it gets weaker. Cardiovascular conditioning, real conditioning, I'm not just talking about walking, strengthens your heart, lowers your resting heart rate, improves your lung capacity, and increases the efficiency of how your body uses oxygen. This directly impacts how well you recover between sets when you're lifting weights. If your conditioning is poor, you need 4 minutes between heavy sets because your heart rate won't come down. Improve your conditioning and you recover faster, train with more volume, and you get more out of every session. Conditioning also trains your body to use fat as fuel more efficiently. Low to moderate intensity conditioning done consistently teaches your aerobic system to pull from fat stores. That's how you change your body composition long term. Not just by restricting calories, but by improving how your body uses energy. Mental toughness. Conditioning is hard. It is uncomfortable. It makes you breathe heavy. Your legs burn. You want to stop. Learning to push through that discomfort in a controlled environment transfers to every other area of your life. The people who only lift and never do conditioning haven't trained that mental muscle. The research is clear. Cardio fitness is one of the strongest predictors of longevity, not just how long you live, but how well you live. Your ability to stay active, independent, and healthy as you age is directly tied to you maintain your aerobic capacity. Strength keeps you capable, conditioning keeps you thriving. Strength and conditioning don't just coexist, they enhance each other when programmed correctly. Strength training makes you a more efficient mover. Efficient movers perform better in conditioning. Better conditioning means faster recovery. Faster recovery means you train strength more frequently and with more volume. More strength volume means more muscles. More muscles, better conditioning capacity. It's a cycle that keeps feeding itself upwards, but only if you're training both sides. This is exactly why CrossFit works for so many people. Not because the workouts are trendy or super high intensity, because the methodology is built on a principle that broad fitness, including strength and conditioning, developed together, produces better results than specializing in one at the expense of the other. You know, I've seen strong people who can't run a mile. I've seen marathon runners who can't do a single pull-up. Neither of them is as functional, as heavy, as healthy, or as capable as someone who has developed both qualities deliberately. Here's how to fix this starting this week. If you're a cardio-only person, add 2 strength sessions per week. Use compound movements: squat, hinge, push, pull. Start light, learn the movements, but get in the weight room. If you're a weightlifter who avoids conditioning, add 2 conditioning sessions per week, not just the elliptical for 20 minutes at a comfortable pace. Actual conditioning. Think intervals, circuits, rowing, anything that gets your heart rate above 80% for sustained periods. If you're already doing both, but biasing one, audit your weekly schedule. Count your strength days versus your conditioning days. If it's more than 2 to 1 in either direction, rebalance it. You don't have to be equal every single week, but you do have to be deliberate about both. Fitness isn't about being the strongest person in the room or having the best endurance. It's about being capable of living well, moving well, and performing well across a broad range of demands, helping you live your best life. The people I've seen transform the most over 15 years of coaching aren't the ones who specialize the hardest. They're the ones who committed to developing all of it: strength, conditioning, mobility, recovery. And they stopped treating one as separate pieces, as optional. If you're looking to have a well-rounded fitness that directly improves your lift, stop choosing size. Train both. Your body will thank you for it in ways you won't fully appreciate until years from now. I'm Darryl. Train right. Live your best life.